And welcome in again one more time to Ultimate Soccer. It's the pre-game. Yes, and there's a watch-along coming up on the weekend. And after the watch-along, there'll be a post-game. So we got you covered start to finish. But right now, it's the pre-game. Stoke City taking on Wrexham, coming off at the Britannia Stadium. Right now, Stoke City sitting high in the league, fifth in the league. They were higher and they're starting to slip down. Will they go further? I think yes. And Wrexham in 18th. Not a bad position. Remember, I keep saying 15 is a beautiful number. So get along with that one. But welcome in. Please like, subscribe, hit the chat, join up, join in, and join us. Be with us in the Ultimate Soccer family. Like, subscribe. You will enjoy this. If you're a City fan, or if you're a Wrexham fan, indeed, you will have a good time. I'm going to go straight into the headlines. Get ready for this. We've got a lot to get through here before we get into the referee, the linesman, the betting odds. Yeah, then we'll focus on Wrexham. We'll talk the head-to-head. We'll talk Stoke City. And then we'll talk Mark Robbins. And then we'll talk the match thoughts. And then we'll have a little story to finish from a big Stoke City fan called Nick King. Yes, Nick King. If you're watching, big up to you, my friend. You were very big to me when I was just a little boy, taking me to football matches. But hey, let's get into the headlines right now. Check the pictures as they flow through. But the first thing I want to say, reminding, watch along. Get in the watch along half an hour before the match. We're going to go live and do the pre-game. And that's the way we're going to move in the forward. We'll give the pre-game just before the match. So you get warmed up for the match with the pre-game right before the game, not 2 days prior. I'm going to move it just before kickoff. Watch out for that one. But hey, news on the board, news on the doors. Joey Jones, the mural, I got to say this much. Fantastic mural. Paul Curtis, Liverpool artist, has done an amazing job. The reason why I say amazing is this. You can paint a picture. You can get the shirt. You can get that done right easy. But can you get a guy's cheekbones? Can you get the lips? Can you get the nose as bent as it was? Can you get it straight? Can you get it right? Can you get it looking authentic? Paul Curtis has made Joey Jones come to life on the side of the turf. Big up to Wayne and all the guys in the turf for getting it done. Big up to all the football fans around the world that donated £5,000, $10,000, a little shade over, to get this done. Absolutely loving it. And if Joey's looking down from heaven, I'll tell you what, he'll probably have a tear running down the side of his face with absolute Wrexham pride. Big time. So get into that one. Now we're going to touch on the women's Wrexham team. Keep looking to your side there. I'm going to show you the rankings, the league, and also going to show you the games coming up. The next game for the ladies is Aberystwyth Town on the road, October 26th. Should be a game that they could win. It's been a very good season. New coach, new players coming in, different kind of play. It's looking good. If you're looking at the league standings, Wrexham's top of the league, joint top of the league. Not number one, the number two, in behind Cardiff, the champions. Right now, both teams are level. 6 matches in, 4 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss. Where the difference is the goal difference, the GD. Get this. Cardiff scored 20. Wrexham scored 20. Cardiff conceded 4. Wrexham conceded 11. Cardiff plus 16. Wrexham not plus 16, but plus 9, getting there. But both have 13 points together. So Wrexham in a great place right now in the season. Like I say, check the standings, check the games coming up. I'm going to leave a link down below because there's not many places you can find much information about Wrexham women unless you go to the website, the Wrexham website, or Google. But going to the Gennaro Premier League website itself, I would relent from doing that. It doesn't seem to do anything for me. It probably won't for you. So I'll keep you informed, but that's what we're talking about with the ladies. Let's take a look at the referee right now. Yeah, referee. Thomas Bramall. Big referee, Premier League referee. And if you remember, Wrexham fans, May 22nd, 2022, yeah, the FA Trophy final against Bromley when we lost 1-0. Mr. Bramall was the referee. He's from Sheffield. How funny is that? Sheffield, Bramall Lane. His name's Thomas Bramall. He must be from Sheffield. Has to be. Betting odds, just before we change things up and start looking at Wrexham. Stoke City are evens on 1 down, you get 1 back. Not good odds. The draw is 12-5, and Wrexham to win is 11-4, which is like a 3-1. So cutting it easy, you're saying Stoke City is a 1-1 evens to win. It's a 2-1 for the draw and a 3-1 for Wrexham to win. Let's take a look at Wrexham right now. So in the summer, Wrexham picked up 13 players to make Wrexham more competitive in the Championship. Let's take a look at those ratings. You've got them on your screen right now. I'm going to read through it and tell you what I think. Ryan Hardy, 7 matches in, 1 goal, satisfactory. Danny Ward, injured, 4-0. I like what I see. I love the experience. Liberato Cacace, coming back, had a great week in training so far. Not ready to go this weekend, but getting there. I like what I see. I'll give him a plus. George Thomason, 2 matches in. I need more time to make an assessment. Satisfactory is all I can say. Josh Winder, 7-3. Top transfer, really a top transfer for free. When you think about he costs nothing, just wages, I tell you, that's a top. 7 matches in, 3 goals. Centre midfield, Lewis O'Brien, 12-3. 12 matches in, he's a keeper. He's another top transfer. 5 million we paid for him. 12 matches in, 3 goals. And he intercepts and makes us a much more compact team in midfield. Definitely a keeper, definitely a plus. Connor Cody, 5 matches in. Total flop. Move him along. Kiefer Moore, 10 matches in, 5 goals, 2 million well invested. 2 million well invested, yeah? 5 goals already. Can he get to 20 by the end of the season? But definitely well invested, 2 million. Nathan Broadhead, 7 matches in, 3 goals, 10 million. I'd say he's getting there. He's got the quality. You know he's got the quality. He just needs to fit right in. And like I say, he's got 3 goals, all competition, 10 million. He's getting there. Callum Doyle, 6-0, 6 matches in. A plus. He's definitely a plus, but he needs more time to really understand what Phil Parkinson and his tactics are all about. He might have been at Man City for a long time, but I can guarantee you this. Phil is not Pep Guardiola. And central defensive midfielder Ben Sheaf, 5-0, 6.5 million. I tell you what, Ben's doing a great job. I like what I see, but I need to see more. But he's played the last 4 games. It looks like he's going to be what you would say a permanent fixture. That's what I say. Looking at the linesmen for this game as we move along. Wade Smith and Natalie Aspinall are your linesmen, and your 4th official is Edward Duckworth. You've had the betting odds. Now let's take a look at Wrexham. And let's take a look at Wrexham and where we're going to be playing. The scene, the battleground, you can see it behind me. The Britannia Stadium. Prior to that, Stoke City played at the Victoria Stadium, which is not on this site. They are not on the same site. I can guarantee you that. Nick King, big up to you. Big up to all the Stokies. It's a rate. It's a rate. And that's how they say, how are you? Are you all right? In Staffordshire, Stoke-on-Trent. It's a rate. Just giving them a little bit of love before the game gets going. Yes. Now, focusing on Wrexham. There's a few things I want to get to you. Good news, though, is Ollie Rathbone is fit and available. And that's good news. That's good news. Parky's got to pick a starting 11 with impact subs. We're going to need the subs at Stoke. I tell you that right now. Stoke will be a physical, strong team to break down. They're at home. It's a difficult place to go to get anything. Norwich will tell you that, and they got a point, yeah? You can go there and get a win, but you've got to bring 2 45-minute performances, a full, complete game. Then you might get something at Stoke City's Britannia Stadium, but they're not going to give it away. Mark Robins, the coach, I'll give you all his numbers coming through just to make you feel better, Wrexham fans. He's not an electric coach. He's a coach, but we'll get there. We'll get there. But I say this much. Phil Parkinson's got to be brave with the selection. A point at City, like I say, would be a positive, and a win is possible. It's definitely possible. Wrexham's scoring away from home. You're going to like this. And I'm going to compare it to the home scoring. You might not like that. But on the road, Wrexham is literally a freight train. 7 scored, 5 against for +2. 7 points on the road. At home, 7 scored, just like on the road, but 10 conceded. 10 goals conceded at home and only 5 on the road. That's got to make you feel good for another road performance, Wrexham fans. I'd say it does. I'd say it does. The away form is 4-2, 1-1. 2 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss, 7 points, 58%. So that's pretty damn good. If you're thinking about road form at 58%, all you got to do now is get the home form corrected, get the wins coming in more regular, and you'll be lifted from 18th to somewhere around 13 to 15. Yeah, not a bad place to be. Remember, I always say 15 is a good number for our first year back at the highest level we've ever been at. So keeping it real, 15 is a good number. Absolutely is. Rex is, like I say, undefeated in 3 away matches, and Wrexham 4 points above relegation, 5 points off the playoff spots. So really having a good season. Absolutely. Head to head as we rush through this, don't forget Watch along is coming. Get along Saturday. Half an hour before the game is the pre-game. Then we go into the game, and then we'll go straight into the post-game. And if you can't stick around for the post-game, there'll be a recorded post-game at our channel. So get into that. Remember, like, subscribe, join the family, get in here, and have a great time. And hit the chat with PMV, Piss and Vinegar, and a lot of humour and a lot of knowledge, and you'll fit right in. We've got great people in the chat. In fact, I'm going to go to one of our guys right now before we move along and take a look at the head-to-head. I got an email just coming in. Email coming in from Chris Cavlin. Chris writes, "Hi Steve, I reckon realistically we will probably get 11 points from the next 6 games. 3 wins, 2 draws and 1 loss. Not great, but an improvement on our last 9. Just saying it for the record. It will be interesting to look back and see after. What do you reckon?" Well, what I reckon is I'm looking at 8 points in the next 6 games. I'm looking at a 1-1 at Stoke, a 2-0 win at home to Oxford, a 1-2 loss away at Middlesbrough, possibly a 2-1 loss at home to Coventry, a 1-0 win away at Portsmouth, and Charlton at home. Yeah, the athletic team, the Addicts, are coming to town again. I got a 1-1 there. So one more time, Stoke 1-1, Oxford 2-0 win, Borough and Coventry 2-1 losses, Portsmouth a 1-0 win, and Charlton a 1-1 draw. Chris says 11 points. I say 8. What do you think we're going to get over the next 6 matches? How many points do you think we're going to pick up over the next 6 matches? You let me know. You let me know. But I tell you what, in behind me, that Britannia Stadium is going to be an absolute battleground. Don't forget, get in that chat. All of you. You make this place rock and bloody roll every time we're live. And that's what I want to do moving forward. All the shows are going to be live. So the pre-recorded pre-game, I'm going to move to 30 minutes in front of the game itself, into the match, and then straight into the post-game and make it all live. One big happy family, one big show. That's what I'm looking at as we're moving through. But hey, get in the chat, just like that chat, just like that chat, just like this chat, and have a great time. Absolutely have a great time. Now, moving along, Stoke City right now. I'm going to give you the prediction in a second or two, but head-to-head's coming up as well. Stoke City, winless in the last 4. That's home and away. That might surprise you, seeing as they're sitting 5th, yeah? But they are. The loss came 4 games ago against QPR at home, so they do lose at home. Yeah, they're 2-1-1 all season at home. 2 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss. That was QPR, and that was when QPR were winning those 3 games back-to-back after they took us out at home 3-2. The draws came at Blackburn 1 apiece, Middlesbrough 0-0, and last game at home, a 1-1 against Norwich. So if you're looking at those games, Stoke City do drop points at home. Their last win, yeah, it's been a while, September 13th, and that was against Birmingham, 1-0. And the home form, like I say, 4-2-1-1, 58%, 7 points from all those matches, which literally is the same as Wrexham's away form. Looking at the head-to-head quickly, you're not going to like this. You're so not going to like this. Stoke City and Wrexham head-to-head, 16-1. Who's got the 16, Stoke? Who's got the 16, Wrexham? Actual fact, it's 16 wins for Stoke and 1 for Wrexham. Yeah, the only win, get this, the only win came 22nd of Feb, 1999, and that was in League Division 2. If you want to know the scoring, I'm going to give it to you. It was a great day for Wrexham because we win 3-1 on the road. Mark McGregor starts it off on 8 minutes, Gareth Owen on 54, and then Carl Connolly on 67. Who doesn't remember Carl Connolly coming up with late goals, yeah? And then obviously Stoke City got one back with Laris Sigurdsson on 82 minutes. The last match was in the FA Cup. It was a 3-1 win, however, for Stoke City, and that was the 4th of Jan 2015. Going into the prediction. Yes. Prediction on the time. If you're looking at the stats and on the betting, they're saying it's a slight edge for Stoke City to win this one. I don't know so much. I think it's pretty tight. What I'm looking at is possibly a 2-1 win for Stoke, and Cabby says, please no, please no. And he's in again. Remember, Cabby comes in whenever he likes. He's the cat. He's the cat. He's the football cat. Yes, you are, mate. Just a minute. Just a minute. And he's such a cool cat. Hello, Bubby. He's such a cool little kitty. Got to give him a little pet. But Stoke City 2-1 is probably what I'm looking at. It's got a feeling like a 1-1 draw all over this. It really does feel like a 1-1 draw. And should Wrexham bring a top performance, I tell you what, I do see a good chance at either a 1-0 win or possibly reversing that Stoke score of 2-1 to a 2-1 road win. Wrexham can definitely go and get something. Stoke City, not an easy place to go. But this one, to me, is a very even matched match. Seen as Stoke are faltering slightly and Wrexham are slightly in the ascendancy. That's what I'm saying for the predictions. Moving on next, we're taking a look at Stoke City. City, I tell you, Mark Robins, the coach, is what I want to have a look at. But last season, Stoke City, they weren't flying high. They finished 18th, right where we are right now. I know, it's crazy, hey? It's crazy. They finished 18th. They did. They weren't that good. And eventually, they're probably going to go back down there. Thanks for coming in, Cabby. We'll see you at the match. He's coming back for the game. But yes, City, I tell you, 18th last season, just 2 points above relegation. The highest team relegated last year was relegated with 49 points. That's why I keep saying 50 points is a magical number, and 15 is a great place to be. Looking at the coach, Mark Robins, I tell you what, January 1st, 2025 was since he's been there, so he hasn't been there that long. Look at the numbers or listen to the numbers, you'll see him. Mark Robins, in all that time, 34 matches, 11 wins, 12 draws, 11 losses. Even, right across the board. This is why I say that Stoke City are not going to the Premier League and probably won't finish in the playoff spots. Definitely will not finish first or second. Put money on that. That's a bet you're going to make money on. Stoke City will have trouble finishing in the playoffs as the season progresses. Mark my words. Mark my words. That's what I see. But they finished 2 points above relegation last season. Yes, there's been a wholesale change within the team. I mean, ins and outs. It's literally a new squad, a new team. Unbelievable. But, like I say, he's a high possession coach. He likes the high press too. But he does have a great defence when they come together. Answering that question, will it be this weekend that they shut out Wrexham? It's going to be tough. Remember, Wrexham have scored in every match this season. In the league, 9 back-to-back. I don't see that finishing anytime soon. The one thing that Wrexham does have is great offence, if not great defence right now. But the defence, as you know, with Dominic Hyam coming in, Callum Doyle doing his thing, Louis Brunt, Maxi Clough on the right, Arthur in net, they're all coming together pretty good. And no more big hole in the back. Connor Flop Cody. Yes, he's gone. Match thoughts as we get there. But don't forget, get in the watch-along. Get in the watch-along. We'll have so much fun. Favourite Stoke, under pressure to win. The longer the match goes, the quicker that Stoke crowd is going to get under their skin. And they will, believe you me. Stoke City fans, they won't sit on their hands. They're going to let you know what it is, good or bad. It's a case of score or be punished in this one. And we've got the offense. Like I say, we've scored in the last 9. Arthur's got to really bring a top match. Positional sense, saving down low, collecting the crosses, and above all, yes, Kent, that kicking game has got to get better. It has to get better. And if it doesn't, it may well cost us. And we need to go out there. And above all, we need to try and exercise the right to grab a clean sheet. Do that. Later in the game, you might find we steal it 1-0. Like I say, it could be 2-1 Stoke. It could be a 1-1, which is the chief number. It could be a game where Wrexham stand strong defensively as a team, start to get into the game, maybe get a goal before half-time, and really start to perform like we did at Norwich, like we did against Millwall earlier in the season. Stoke is a slight favourite, like I say, but they're not unbeatable. And with a top performance, Wrexham can come away with something. A draw is a good result. Going to give you a quick story as we move along. When I was a tiny, tiny little kid, I lived closer to Stoke than Wrexham at one stage, purely because of the construction company my dad had. And my dad wouldn't take me to the football matches because he would go with the men because I was just a kid. But there was a young man called Nick King who's a big Stoke City fan, still is a big Stoke City fan, one of their OGs, and he would take me to matches at Stoke City. Some of the matches that I saw at that ground and some of the big teams led me to learn football the real way. I watched the great teams of the 70s and of the 80s, your Liverpools and your Nottingham Forests, as they were butting heads for trophies in Europe and domestic silverware. Great era, but a great fan. Nick King, thank you so much. I hope for the best for you guys, but I hope for the best for our guys. But yes, I was a young lad, and Nick would take me into the Boothen end, and that was where all the trouble was, yeah? There was a lot of fights when in that booth then, but not when I was there. That was a good thing. And that was the Victoria Ground. Now it's the Britannia Stadium. So all I say is, at a rate, to Nick King, are you all right? And get ready, youth, for the next match, because Wrexham's coming on strong. All I'm going to say is it's Stoke City to take on Wrexham. Britannia Stadium. Let's have it. Get in the chat. Get in the watch along. I'll see you there. Cheers.